Don't want to let them know you only got a C. See, doesn't seem to be anything else there. KSNC, Sonic 101.7. Ooh, we got a combination here. I don't know, I suppose I'll find the combination somewhere. Maybe? Yeah, so we just went around Sam's room. And we've got your number. So this is just a random board game they made, I guess. And I don't see any actual numbers on it, so unfortunately it probably doesn't help me with opening the locker. King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. So, she continued on the story of Captain Allegra. So, Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island, and that sentence does kind of go on a little bit longer than it should, with lots of punctuation. I don't know, it's just, I don't like it. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mates nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth unworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below, skeletal in rotted robes, and the king was hunched over the blue orb topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you—" But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invincible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait. No. No! The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running toward the sound. The line on Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Ran. I probably wouldn't be able to do anything better myself, but I have to say, I like reading, and I didn't like reading that. That was bad. Let's see. Man, Sam had this in like 4th grade. That's great. It'd be nice if we could open it. Okay, we've got a copy of the Holy Bible for some reason. We got a plaque. Aww, one of those. S is for this, and A is for that, and all the rest. It's nice, but a lot of those... I don't know, there's something about those plaques that gets kind of annoying after a while. I mean, you see them everywhere, everyone uses them, and I don't know, some of them, they just seem a bit stupid. Okay, that's her dad's stuff. What's this about? Condom. Oh, barf. Oh no. Nero lubricated. Yeah, that's not exactly what you want to see. But to be honest, most normal people wouldn't be going into their parents' bedroom and going through their clothes. I mean, if you go doing that, you kind of expect to be creeped out and disgusted by what you find. But you know what? We're going to go through it and do it anyway. And Jesus, every single VCR in the house has been stolen. And some of the mother's clothes by the look of it. The mother has very boring underwear. Just saying. Aww. Mitten, the kitten. Our cat. Aww. Cats are nice. What the hell was that? Let's see, what's it? Is it a shower? No, it's a full bathroom. Okay. Nice clawfoot tub. That's nice. It'd be nice if there was a shower, but you know. After the honeymoon. Rediscovering your spouse. Personally, spiritually, and in a manner that you do not want to think of your parents. Yeah, we'll turn the taps on. Flood the house. Serves them right for doing things like having sex. Disgusting old people. We got some plasters. We got some shaving cream and a toothbrush. I think I'll leave all those alone. There's not really a reason to go near them. And here's their walk-in. Ghost Mansion. Nice little board game. Everyone loves a good board game. Missing shoes.
So there's a lot less density in the house than there would be in a real house. Like if you look around your house, there's just junk piled everywhere. Probably.
Maybe
like
it's just our house.
I think it's most house.
Oh, you're
right. But so you know, our strategy was you either fully invest in something and you know put like a plausible representation of this aspect of a room in, or you just don't put it in at all, and the player will fill in the gaps between, like, oh, these are all the things that represent the kind of room I'm supposed to be in, and it doesn't jump out at me that there's no toilet plungers in the bathroom or whatever. But the biggest instance of this that I think actually totally worked, because no one has ever called it out, is, surprise, think about it, there are no shoes in this house. Ta-da!
Where's your brain now?
and I don't think anybody's noticed it, and I think it's because if we had put one pair of shoes or two pairs of shoes, people would have said, where are all the rest of the shoes?
Right.
But really, to have a plausible house, Mom would have to have 10 pairs of shoes and her work boots, and Dad would need to have some tennis shoes and some work shoes and so on and so forth. So we just said, there aren't going to be any shoes, and we hope nobody notices.
So that was a book by Walt Whitman that was given to them by a friend. I'm just crawling along to see if there's anything else under the bed here. Don't really see anything. There we go. Ooh! A postcard from England, apparently. I am in the Channel. This is my second passage through the Channel. I'm on my way back from London, this time going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the Channel. London was great, Dad. I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all. Oh, that's nice. We've got a book in here. Another Holy Bible. Starting to look like they're very religious people who like Earth, Wind and Fire. Not exactly mutually exclusive, but still. Carol. I can't read most of that handwriting, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna leave it be and wander off to another part of the house. Let's see, we've got writing notes. Okay, here we go. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction? We know they did want to see it, and they did because we saw the ticket stub after school at the Coliseum. It came out last weekend, and Todd won't shut up about it, so either it's good, or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I going to barf? According to Todd, it is pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15, okay? Don't barf. Haha, alright, see you then. And there is a barfing cheeseburger. Seems like good people. Good friend. Let's see. Pointless interactivity. Yes, there does seem to be a lot of pointless interactivity. Turning things on and whatnot, and just looking at stuff.
The boxes of tampons that you can find in the washrooms around the house, they weren't originally on the list of items that needed to be modeled, but when you're creating a bathroom at the level of fidelity, and when you're creating a bathroom for a teenage girl, no less, the idea of not having something like that is kind of jarring. It was kind of jarring to me. Especially because when you're at that age, your period is something that kind of really defines your mood at any given day, and maybe what you wear and where you go. So,
okay.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today.
Thought that was blood for a second.
I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked into the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy, or good, or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Make a note of that, people. Don't wait, or the moment will be gone. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. But this room's fine. All I need to do is put some bedding on there. Don't really need to get all my stuff out. Just move that off the bed. What is this? Hey Sam, you were asking what my JROTC ribbons meant. Here is a handy guide. That's orienteering, that's the rifle team, and that's adventure training. So if you didn't think I was cool before, now you do. Lonnie D. It's a good thing she explained, because I would not figure out any of those ribbons. So we've got a sighting journal. Some ghosts around the house. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. Gotta wear your glasses, otherwise your eyes will play tricks on you. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello. Did not investigate. Probably was the furnace. Okay. Poured milk from carton and fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Or it could be that maybe, you know, they didn't remove the expired milk from the shelf in the shop. I don't know. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We build a protective pillow fort. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises. Recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 AM. All in all, a successful night. Okay. 1 second here. I'm in the guest room, and that door is sliding into basically thin air, unless that is a super thick wall. Like, there is no way that door would slide that far into the wall. That just doesn't make sense. Randomization. I suppose that's trying to say about how they try to randomize the placement of boxes. We've got the attic. Attic is locked. Sam's darkroom. Do not enter if red lights are on. Hear a lot of flowing water there. Nice little arty room here. Performance evaluation. Name Richard Patermack. Supervisor Janice Greenbrier. So, whoever this Richard was, he was exemplary in every way. Ranger Peter Mack has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility.